everybody, we are back for day 57. Sorry, waving that round like a baton, conducting some music. And today's challenge is inspired by Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah's tracing paper envelopes, which have got a napkin on them, and then they're put onto a paper bag. So that's the inspiration. I watched a little bit of the video and then I just went, you know what, I'm just going to wing it and see what happens, because I think that way I might come up with not necessarily something new. I mean, you know, we've all done these things before, and really there's nothing new. Even a new idea has parts of old ideas in. Anyway, I thought I would use these Australiana type of napkins, and I've got this one with kookaburras and Banksias. So the backing has to come off. I already had used this for something else, obviously, so it was half ready to go. And this one with Banksias and flowers, that one hasn't been prepared, ready to go. I think what I'll do is cut that. Alright, so tracing paper is a bit funny. I'm going to cut this before I tear the backing off because that'll be easier. Tracing paper is a bit, if it gets wet it can curl up. So I am going to do, how many will I do? Maybe I will do 3. Because then it never hurts to have a few up your sleeve for another time. That's right, this is the Derwent Artist Tracing Paper. And taking the background off, backing off that one. Oh, don't you love it when it's nice and easy and it just comes off like that. So what I've got is, okay, I had a Mod Podge 3 parts of water to 1 part Mod Podge mix, which was a little bit thin, I've got to say. And so I've now, the last bit of my Mod Podge in here, I've used half and half. So I'm just going to brush it on. I'm going to brush it on in bits, I think, so it doesn't curl up too much. Okay, I think that just this edge along here doesn't seem as stuck, and that will be it for these. So that's 3 I've prepared, and I will, I think I'll come back, because it may actually not be something I can dry with a hairdryer. I might have a little experiment with a hairdryer with one of them and see how I go, but I'll be back. Okay, and I'm back, and I actually just lightly dried them with the hairdryer, and they're quite good. They're quite okay. I'm going to now cut around the edges. Oops. Get rid of the curly bits. This one was the one that I double wet and covered. I noticed, having another look at Tina's video, that she did actually wet over the top. This to me feels like material, so So it's actually really, in a way, it's not really sealed if I haven't covered over the top. I'm not quite sure whether I want to or not. I think I'm going to persevere with this way. Hope everyone's well today. It's another beautiful sunny day here in Melbourne for winter. I have a little part-time job that I do it whenever someone books me, basically, and that is someone, if they go away on holidays, I work for a company where I go and feed their pets while they're away. So today I had to go out early to feed the two cats. It's a regular client, and they've got two very, very fluffy British blue, a blue and a lilac. And the lilac's very shy, and the British blue is super duper smoochy. So I went out at 8 AM this morning, but it was only 8 degrees in Celsius, that is. In Australia we're on Celsius. So it was 8 degrees, so that was a bit chilly. I was a bit late because I woke up, had one of my silly early morning 4 AM wide awake wake-ups, and so then I read a book for a little while. Normally I'd just get up and do some crafting because it doesn't interfere with anyone, but Lily was asleep in here, so I read a book for a while, and then I got so tired I fell back asleep, which is kind of annoying when that happens, because when you fall back asleep at 6 you don't wake up till 8 or 8:30, and then I just feel like I waste the day when that happens. I just had a thought. What about that colour? And then when you open it up, that might be nice when you open it. So, okay, so the idea is we're making envelopes. So that might be quite nice on the top. Now it's all going to be sewn, so let me do one at a time. I'm going to get some brown paper and I'll sew one, and then we'll have a look how it looks. Right, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and firstly I just wanted to show you before doing the next bit that okay, so I've sewn this bit on, so this will be on the inside, so the flap will lift up and you'll see that. And I don't know if you can see it, because it's actually the colour thread actually, I mean you can see it on this side. I've sewn the backing to the front. So now what I'm going to do is cut down, so as this is the end. Okay, so what is going to happen now is going to work out. So I want the top of the envelope to be shorter than the bottom of the envelope. And I just want to double check, because I don't actually want any of the brown to show. So that's about where I want this fold. And now this one can come up to, so there's the fold, you can see the fold, and this one can come to here. Okay, so that's how it's going to be, and I'm just going to go and sew these two sides. Okay, so I'm back with those. What I did was, so this was just, you can just see the stitch, just a little zigzag, easy stitch. But what I've done down the sides is just straight stitch, and I've gone up and down once or twice just to secure this edge here and make it, you know, just a bit easier to put things in and out without anything catching. I'm just going to catch these. Oh, this is really good to be after doing all the days with all the material, which I enjoyed. I did enjoy. I enjoyed because it stretched me, and I'm enjoying being stretched about some things, even though some people would not want to be stretched about some things. I enjoyed it, and I really like that. I really like that, this kookaburras and the... I think if I'd have thought of, well, you know, obviously this is the first time I've done this, so if I thought a bit more clearly about it, I may have made sure that the flowers and the kookaburras were on the front here. They're in here though, you can still see them, and if this is not stuck down but is tucked into something with something inside, you'll be able to still have a look, you know, as a item on its own. It's very cute. I like it. I'm going to now have a look at, let's have a look at what, how this is going to look with brown behind it. I think I've talked about this paper before. It's comes in packaging, and it's already got ready, it's already ready to go. You can just tear that off. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like with the bright with the brown, and I'm just actually going to use some photocopy paper. Let's see how it looks with white. Alright, so I kind of like that. I don't mind that, but I really like the bright. It's not that I don't like vintage, I do love vintage. I don't know, just something about this. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different on this one though before I sew it all down. I'm noticing the edge is a bit blurry. I might use this as a template for where the fold is going to be. Just to help. Okay, so if that's where the fold's going to be, let me just see. I didn't really look at squaring this up. I think I am going to look at squaring this up a bit better. You can see that. Just needs that edge. I'm hoping this will cut all right, because you know what, napkins have a mind of their own. Okay, so that's how that's going to be. I am considering, and let me find a bit of card or something. I did have some yesterday. An offcut, there's one. Let's have a look what happens if I cut this diagonally. What about that? Okay, let's do that. I'll do it on the inside. I really must, oh, I really must sharpen that pencil, that's really blunt. Alright, if I use this on this side and put a mark here and then turn it over and put a mark here, and then I've got my mark, my folding line here. And just before that fold, I'm going to cut that bit off, and just before that fold there, I'm going to cut this bit off. So it'll be like a right envelope, a right old envelope it'll be. Okay, let me go and sew this and I'll be back. In fact, I will also sew the other one while I'm at it with my other bit of paper. I'm going to make a different top. I'm going to make a rounded top. Okay, so I am back and I've got 3 different sorts. I've got my little tin out with some little things for decorating. I've got one that's got this sort of an envelope folder. And this is the white, so it's a brighter one. This is the more vintagey looking one. And I've got the rounded edge one. And I'm going to, first off, I am going to grab my Stazons. Let's do the vintagey looking one first. Alright, so we've got Spice Chai, Ganesh. Ganesh was my first one I ever bought and my real favourite. And so I'm just going to do the edges on with this one. So I've got a tin with little bits and pieces, some things, some doilies, some things that are already cut out, and I will use those. However, for now I'm just having a look at, that's nice, this one might be nice along there. Oh yes, I do like that. Let me actually stick that down. Okay, I was noticing that Tina made her envelope, so there was a bit more of a gap between, and which makes it easier to put something down on here if you want to. You can still put something on the inside. I am still deciding what I'm doing here. I love my little flowers cut out of these. I've got some ready cut, but they're way too big. They're way too pink. No, I like this, I like this. Always just got to have a little think what we like, what's going to work. I like that idea. Tina put bling on hers. So not a bling girl. However, I did do that one episode where bling was appropriate. I can't remember what day it was, but there was one day where it was very much, it was the one day where we did the number 100. And I ended up with the lyrics of a rap tune and a Maserati. So even though I'm not necessarily a bling girl, I'm not really a lace girl, but you know, you ladies have got me doing all kinds of things that I wasn't doing before. You know what I need? Something for the middle of that. Just a little flower or something. I'm just going to break that one off and put it there. How's that? That's a lot of glue. Yeah, shut that because that's going everywhere. Oop. Oh, what a mess. All right, that's one. I think adding any more is going overkill because we've already got this pattern here. Just give this a bit of a thing. Zhuzh that up a bit, like that. That's all ready to go, I think. All right, so this is a very antique-y looking one. I love it, love that. Just put this aside. Okay, so I've got two of these. I don't think this is going to work. But I did actually see that there's a lot of a wide edge along here, and that prompted me to think about my pink. Where is it? Over here again, miles away. Here we are, picked raspberry. Because this is a brighter one. You know, not everyone likes the brights, I know. I just think I like a variety. I like a variety of things. I think that I'd like something on the inside of this envelope in time. Maybe not just yet. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I definitely like the brightness of the colours. I know I was going to get my other lace, bargain bag of lace things. I am going to clean up my mess after this, and there was one in here I was really loving. That was the white. No. Wonder where it went. Oh, here, under here. This one. This one was the one that came to mind when I was thinking about putting lace on. So this is actually, this one's been cut down the middle, and so someone's been using it before. So there's that. This also has been cut. And then there's this. This is the full width of it, like that. I think this is probably too wide for that. This isn't too bad with the netting. Don't mind that. I think what I might use is this. Don't like that because it's whiter, so it's a bit better blend. And I can probably glue it rounded around the edge with just pinching it a little bit up. I feel like I stretched it a little bit so as it's sort of gotten a bit thin. Okay, let's see what happens if I do this. Pretty, it just doesn't quite sit the way I was hoping it would sit. I'm going to cut it on each little corner and hopefully that fixes the problem. It may not. Okay. It's all right. It's not perfect in terms of sitting down. But it's still pretty. Don't you think it's pretty? I do. What else are we going to put on? I don't mind that. I like this pattern. That works. I'm happy for that to be there. But it still doesn't kind of make sense. Why? Why would it be there? Just seeing what else is on my table from yesterday and the day before. No, not even a little corner. No, I do like that. I've just got to find the right thing to go with it, really, basically. That doesn't go. What's in my tin? What else is in my tin? No, this is so busy in the background already that it doesn't require, when in doubt, find a bit of toilet. No. The things you find in your tin. That's what's going on. I don't know. This is very French, and then I'm putting a flamingo, but the pink matches. Oh, don't ask. It's like you just see something and you just go, yep, that's what's going on. And it doesn't always make sense. But something about it inspired you. I love flamingos. Flamingos are one of my favourite things. Oh dear. Don't drop the flamingo. Matches the pink. There we go. probably laugh about that for a while. There you go. All right, so number 2. Okay, we've got 1 and a mess, 2, and what will we do with number 3? I don't even anymore. I've got a bit of doily. I've got a bigger bit of doily. Oh, maybe that goes under. Oh, it's 2. Maybe that's nice under there. Being okay, here we go. Day 57. Really? Okay, 57. We've got this little envelope. We've got this little envelope. And we've got this little envelope. And they're all different. There you have it, day 57. I'm going to stop now while I'm ahead. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Okay, thanks for watching. Enjoy. Hope you make some too. Bye.